Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Well, we've got a reel in the bag project that comes in from Keith. Keith has sent me a Daiwa reel. It's an RS1655. It was manufactured in 1986. Keith took it apart. And, well, as he mentioned in his note, he neglected to take pictures. It's a sentimental reel. And now he's asking me if I can help him put it back together again. Well, we're going to try to do just that. And while we're going to try and do that, we're going to explain some of the things maybe you can do if you find yourself in a similar situation. Maybe you're at a yard sale or something and the opportunity to purchase one comes up, and you're trying to figure out, can I save this reel or not? And we'll show you well, what I'm going to try and do, and hopefully you can do that too. What do you do? Well, sometimes you can rely on institutional knowledge, if you will, that which you may have. Sometimes it's greater than that, and well, you just have to kind of play along and see what you can do. In this case, I went out to the internet and I found a burst diagram for that reel. That's important because, well, if you don't know what you're looking at or what you're looking for, then you may not be able to identify if all the pieces and parts are there. My kind of game is to try and reassemble by subsections. Obviously we have a whole bunch of pieces and parts here, and I'm going to just try by subsection to see if we can't figure this out. Number one would be, there's a lever that goes here. That is your anti-reverse lever. It goes in this direction and comes up through the case and gets seated like that. I don't know why that caught my eye first, but it did. And well, there's a big screw that goes on next. I don't know if this is the right screw. There are several screws in here that all kind of look the same. This one's threaded and would go in a post. And I would say I got lucky. So we'll see how far we can go with this. What I want to do before I continue much further is to encourage you to take pictures along the way, so that, well, when you get to this situation, you don't have to go through what we're going to go through here. I also want to take a moment to encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you like the art of servicing fishing reels. If you'd like to see how they come apart, well, this one has already got them apart. How they go back together again, and how they get serviced in between, then this is kind of the video for you. Alright, let's see if we can't figure out the rear drag. That would be next for me. It appears that in the rear drag assembly that it would work this way with the click mechanism. Now let's see. Yeah, the flat side is going up here, and right now I'm looking in this area right here. It appears that there is a washer that would go on this. Let's say that's the washer. Okay, that's a good deal there. There's a washer below. I will take this to be the washer below because it's in the cap. There is some kind of a funky piece that's next. That looks like it belongs up top. Let's see if that fits this way. I'm not sure. What do we have? Okay, we have this. That one's going to go here, I think. This is a jigsaw puzzle without the picture, right? In this case, we have a little bit of a picture. All right, that's going to go up there. I guess the only question is which side. One side's in. I'm going to probably guess that it goes with that smooth side out. put that off to the side for a moment. Oh, can't go that way, it's offset. Good. Alright, well, learning right along with everything else. It would suggest to me that there is another washer. That's probably this. So let's put this into the case. I just figured out that it goes the other way. This is a lot of trial and error. All right, let's see if that brings the noisemaker to the front. Yeah, that should be up there. Put that washer in. Then we have this eared washer, which goes into the case part. We have our spring. And we have our adjuster. This has to be adjusted down enough now that we can place the spring in there. That's a retention spring. Just take your time, be patient, and while I'm doing this, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe to my channel, please use that notification button. That notification button will let you know when I'm posting a video, and well, you can see if that's a video you would like to watch or not. I work on all kinds of fishing reels, and today we're working on a classic Daiwa rear drag fishing reel from the 1980s. Who knows what tomorrow brings? That's kind of what's fun about this channel. Never quite sure. Alright, we have a drag washer that seems to be working now. Let's move to the interior design section of this. I'm going to use some fishing reel grease. The parts look like they've been cleaned by Keith. If you find any dirt along the way, take your time to clean it up. And, well, get this back together now. You have this is your oscillation gear. Put the stud in the down position. When it's time to reinstall, you'll find it makes it easier. The back end of the crosswind block also gets grease. That sits up like this. We're showing and telling on this because we're going to allow Keith to take notes so that the next time he can get that done. Next step then would be to put the pinion gear in. Check your pinion gear. If there is dirt in here, let's see a little bit of old grease in there. If there's dirt in there, take the time to pull that through and off. I use a towel to draw that old grease to. And then kind of put the grease on there as well. This should be able to come in from underneath. And what I'm looking at now is the assembly. So it says that this comes in from the top. Okay, top and bearing. That goes next. I'm going to oil the bearing. Then we got this big funky piece here. Looks like everything there goes on top. So this will go this way. It seems that I should have a spring in here that I don't see. spring is going to provide the return for this. That spring is unavailable. Let's see what we can do. Oh, whoa, oh, spoke too soon. There it is. There's the spring. The spring hooks on this way, and it goes in that groove. For a minute there, I was panicking. All right, that's your hook spring. Not sure what that's going to hook on. I guess we'll find out. Okay, I think what I want to do here is put this pinion gear in first. Seat that. Get the two screws that hold that down. This is a shame. I'm just finding one or two little things that seem to be wrong. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to deal with. Alright, let's put this up. I'll put the other one in, and that would explain why you get that spacer on the bottom there, because it's got to clear the screw heads here. Alright, that goes in. Now we can put this assembly on. And I don't know why that flies or what that hooks. I don't know. How about if it's in the instant anti-reverse override? Will I pull that up and in? Will this hook? Yeah, there you go. It'll hook that. Just like that. Seems like we're bent up a little bit on this. Alright, that'll bend there for your anti-reverse override. Okay, mystery solved. Find the piece that has the little indent to it. That's what we have to match here when we put the rotor back on. And I guess lessons learned here, we've got to hold the pinion gear in place when you're doing all of this. Up top, we have the, looks like a rotor washer, nut. It appears to be a 10mm nut. Just tighten that down. Give it a spin, make sure it spins. And it resets. Alright, it's doing what it should be doing. Resetting. Okay. Bring our axle shaft. And I guess I was looking for a screw, but there is no screw, so that's good. Keith, you did good. I think you got all the parts here. We want to take our main gear and grease that up. So it's very important, and when you're taking a reel apart, to have a part strategy in place before you start taking pieces and parts off. My part strategy is using a parts tray. Some people like to line that up on kind of first in, first out sort of a thing. Mine is, mine is organized chaos in a parts tray, but it works. And then I guess the other one is, as Keith said he neglected to do, take your pictures along the way. It's very important. All right, let's get this axle shaft through. Trying to align the crosswind block and bring it down. Then we're going to have two slots, one high and one low for this little gate. And when I saw this hole, I was thinking there was going to be a screw that was going to hold it down. There's not. There's a stud on the crosswind block. So now everything should go up and down like that. A little bit of grease on the shaft here. Should have a bushing inside the case. We do. Let's bring the case over. There's 3 side plate screws. Once again, we have them all. Very fortunate. Let's take a moment to put those in, and while I'm taking a moment here, if you have any questions, maybe you're working on a reel and you're stuck, maybe you want to know a little bit more about a reel, maybe you want to know the advantages of an easy cast system, maybe you want to know a little bit more about how to operate a rear drag fishing reel, just leave those questions in the comment section and we'll try to answer them for you. Okay, this one's going down. One more to do here. This is where the schematics become very helpful because they tell you where the pieces and parts are and where they go, and if you have any left over in your basket, you can always go back and try and figure out, well, where did that one come from? Alright, I think we got it all, Keith. I'll find out in a moment. Handle goes on. Only 2 more pieces in here and they both belong. There's a washer that goes on the stem of the handle screw. Then our handle screw. This one doesn't have a cap. This one simply has an exposed screw head. I'm guessing the answer on this one is probably a coin. But I have this, I don't know what happened here. I got a screwdriver here that's a shorty. There probably was a long one at one point, and I think somebody kind of just banged it into the thing, probably using it as a chisel or a wedge or something. I don't know. Whatever they did with it, it's fine by me because it serves my purposes. Let's tighten that down. This should snap on now. And we should be ready to give it a test. Oh, we got a little noise maker here on the handle. Nothing a little penetrating oil won't fix. A bit of oil here. So what did we do? Well, we realized quite quickly that this reel was in pieces and parts. Went out to the internet. There's a site out there that's very good. It's called reassembly.com. If you simply put in your search engine the basic information, in this case it was a Daiwa RS1655, and after that type reel schematic, that's usually the first one that's going to come up in a search like that. Go down and find your reel schematic, print it out. I kind of skipped a step here. My skip step was to just go and print this thing out and not match all the pieces and parts in the tray, but rather work on sub-assemblies. I started with that rear drag system, and then we came up here to the pinion system, checked our gears set up. All of that looks fine, and well, we should be able to give this a run now. Well, it's turning nice and easily. Do we have the fallback? We do. I never liked that fallback, but we have it. We showed you how that works. This is a fast cast mechanism. You should be able to tighten your drag down now. Make sure that you have a tight hold and drag. We do, so we assembled that correctly. This one's ready to go back to Keith to go fishing again. I don't like that anti-reverse, but I don't think there's anything we can do there. Sometimes it seems to hold. Sometimes it seems like it takes a little while to do that. We are in the on position. This would be the off position. Yeah, that's all about that little nut that's up top there. And, well, I just don't know how reliable that's going to be. All right, Keith. Note to self. You may or may not have that the drag return to where it belongs for that anti-reverse. Okay, well, that's it. That's the Daiwa RS1655 Reel in a Bag project. Hope you've enjoyed it, and hope you've learned something from it. And, well, if you have the opportunity to work on a Reel in a Bag project, this should provide you the base method to go get that done. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, wishing everybody a great day and thanking our first responders for everything it is that they do. Have fun on the lakes, in the oceans, or wherever you may be fishing. Enjoy the sport and enjoy fishing reel repair. Thanks for watching.